Oh yeah, I can.
Gotta get it.
Well, howdy, and welcome to the Condors College Esports video game fantastic fiesta. That's what's happening tonight. I'm Leaf. We're here with Andrew Ireland, Nameless Gamer. What else we going with? What was the other one?
Sometimes just Andy.
Just Andy. Andy. Gamer
we
Andy.
We should set up a poll at some point.
Gamer Andy.
Before I leave here and graduate, we should get a poll. Let the audience.
You know what? Well, let's call him Stand.
Stand.
Because because you're a stand-up guy and you do stand-up.
Just stand up and just disappear behind the desk.
Just fuse into the ceiling here. Yeah. Anyways, we'll figure that out another time. If you'd like to help us, start typing in chat right now. But thanks for joining us. Yeah, we've got some video games tonight. We are going to be talking about, you could probably guess it because we're both here, Rocket League. That is the game we'll be going over tonight. Tonight it is Varsity, and it is a big one.
Yeah,
tonight, right?
I've been looking forward to this game all week. You know, it's Daytona.
Don't
Esports.
spoil it. Oh, don't spoil it yet.
Pardon, sorry, didn't mean to say what the name of the team.
No, that's okay. It was literally on the lower third.
Yeah.
At one point.
Okay. The other team who is undefeated so far.
Yes.
In this conference, which is super exciting. Big game for the Condors, and
It is.
I've been looking forward to it. I can't wait to see what they pull out.
But first, we have to show you who's playing on the team. If you haven't been paying attention in a while, we do have someone new on there. So let's take a look-see. There it is, Cyber joining the roster. Kaza on the side. There's a sub who jumped in at one point, was a super sub, but of course our main roster very strong. We only use him if we have to.
Yeah, exactly. I think he came to help out when Chunk had to go on vacation.
That's what it was, yes.
And yeah, he stepped up to the occasion. So it's good to know that Kaza's able to be that guy when we need him. But for now, he's not in the lineup. Chunk's an inside job.
No, he's a secret agent from them. Yeah, but no, it's okay because he brings snacks.
If part of the spy training is getting to SSL and Rocket League, I would like to say.
Yeah, you know what, man? Get me in there. But what you will notice as well is who's that fella right behind them.
Yeah, we got good old Rush.
Rasheel's back.
Yeah. He's back, hanging out, back from India, where he was for the last little bit.
Yep.
And it's good to see him. He's of
course, save the day.
Yeah, exactly. We need his vibes.
Yep. Yeah. This team is falling apart without him.
Yeah.
It's now it's all good. Yeah. No, he's there, just chilling, hanging out, which is real cool to see again. It just shows you the dynamic that they had beforehand as a squad. He wants to come and hang out with them still, right?
Yeah.
Even though he's not on the squad anymore.
Exactly. These guys are buddies, and we've got finally, even though I mentioned it already, who we're playing. You can see just those top two spots: Condors Esports and Daytona State Esports. Neck and neck right now, going for that #1 spot for real.
Well, really, this is it. I mean, no one else. I mean, I guess other teams could catch up to. We haven't played all our matches. We could lose to another squad. I would say unlikely at this point that would happen because I mean, the next in line there was Thomas. We played them. Can't remember if we played Queens, but yeah, Daytona. This is the one they've been looking forward to all season long, but their mentality right now, you mentioned, is to not think about this.
Yeah. They just want to play their game. They want to get out there and play their game. The good thing about being a caster is we do get to think about this.
That's true.
And one thing I wanted to bring up, just in relation to that map, how close these two teams actually are. When you look at both the teams' records, down to the amount of matches they've won in the amount of games they've won in their matches, they're both 16-3.
Identical.
Yeah.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So they are so there wasn't even a tiebreak. We were tied for first and second there, or tied for first right there, down to the game.
Crazy,
Goal differential we don't track. There could be that, but at the same
it
time,
usually goes down like a
very
line.
close. Yeah.
Well, a lot of times it will end up doing obviously your score line, and then if there's a tie in your grouping, then you'll go to head-to-heads. Did you beat the other team you're tied with? Which is going to be huge for us here if we do end up tying at the end of it. Yeah. And then you'll go down to game wins is usually the next one, and then after that it goes down to goal differential, and eventually it might even get down to individual score.
Oh wow!
So, but I don't think we're tracking that in this league.
No.
But yeah, I've seen it one
our LCS,
time.
It goes to score.
I've seen it one time come down to score.
Oh, that's.
They
cool.
had to count and tally up the individual points each player got throughout their series, throughout that season.
Yeah, you just got to focus on making the odd extra or the odd epic save instead of a regular save.
Just start once you're up a lot of goals. Just start throwing it at your own net and making some saves or something.
Yeah.
No, you get more for goals, so keep going for the goals. But yeah, no, I doubt it'll come down to that. It really is going to be between these two teams. I mean, they're going to be fighting for a win, and simple as that, you win, you're likely going to end up top of your group. Simple as that.
Yeah, they're definitely. It's a battle of the birds here. We got a new graphic, a Condors Fennec right there. I don't think we've seen that before. That's
shout out.
Is that
Tonage off our academy squad?
Nice.
Who's Cosmo? Cosmet.
Cosmo.
Yeah, he's not from Fairly Odd Parents.
No. But yeah, I mean, somebody would wish for that thing, I think.
Yeah, I'll take
to
one.
make the tie-in. It's close.
Yeah.
But yeah,
not Chunk though. Chunk's a Dominus player.
No, that would be more of a. Actually, 80's been on the Octane lately, but that's close to the Fennec. You could go Octane to Fennec.
I mean, it's an Octane hitbox, so
yeah,
they're both Octane hitboxes, right? So, but yeah, no, the stream chamber looks great. Yeah, that looks good. Using Lumen and everything. Oh, fancy. Look at this.
Yeah,
Look
gotta
at
shout out the designers here at the school. Multi-talented Toa there. Just
Yeah.
able to play Rocket League and design cars.
That's all he can do, though.
yeah.
Legitimately nothing else.
Right. What's he in school for?
That.
yeah. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, no, it's fun. Everyone get involved here. But Condors, Daytona, big matchup for these two. You know, they've got in the lobby. They're getting their hands warmed up. Again, the mentality coming into this for these guys was don't think about it. I will say, looking at their faces, it looks like they're thinking about it.
A little bit, yeah.
It definitely is a matchup that weighs at the back of your head. We saw them last time, though. This week, we've seen them be so slow and work their way into the gameplay that they want to play. But the story of this last Monday was way different.
Yeah, definitely. They came right out the gate, just firing. We played Dayton Esports, not to be confused with Daytona.
Yeah, it was a warm up.
Or
That was the hey. We got Daytona at home.
yeah. That was the Dayton minus the A, Daytona minus the A, and yeah, we came out flying that game, and it just from right off the bat, they weren't exactly the same caliber team as we are here, but it wasn't farting around a little bit at the beginning, letting them get weird goals. It was right from the beginning. And I think Dayton didn't even score a goal till the third game. They
scored 2 goals total, and both were in the third game. And they they were good goals too, right? Like it wasn't something that, because as you said, we're, as you'd put it, farting around, and they just scored 2 good goals, which was good on them.
Yeah.
And I like to see it, because the biggest thing that had been the Condors' problem was starting playing their game. They always felt like they were waiting to see what their opponents would deliver and then working around that. But here, it's go out, make sure we are putting our game plan to action from the first kickoff, and then if we need to make adjustments because they are keeping up with us, then we'll do it. But play our game, and maybe they just can't keep up with us.
Yeah, exactly. It lets you set the pace so you don't play down to it. In the case where you're playing an opponent who's maybe not as strong as you don't play down to them.
Yeah.
In a case where it's a team better than you, it shows the other team, or not even better, but like equal. It shows the other team like, hey, we're here to play. We're not messing around. We're not farting around. Which is probably a quote from an old hockey coach. I don't know where I pulled that farting
definitely
around
a house league hockey coach quote right there.
U8 house league.
Yep.
That's where I pulled that from.
No, that is 100%. But so for them, that's their goal here. Right off the rip, they got to full sender.
Yeah, it's from a newer wave hockey coach.
That one right there, yeah. Right off the rip, full sender, bud.
Yeah, get out there, play your game, and it's going to be. I expect this is going to be a really good matchup.
I want the boys get out there. I want to see full hustle.
Back checking, forechecking.
Back check, forecheck, paycheck.
Yeah.
Start slotting them.
Pick up a man. You got to keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah, a couple clappies from the Hashies boys.
Yeah. Make sure you're using that right stick to keep your head on a swivel there.
There it is. But we're into it right now, and a goal right off, as I said before, the rip.
Yeah, right off the rip. Talk about a starting strong. Just a nice little turn of events there. And I've also noticed 80 is using the Fennec this game, so I spoke too soon.
Oh, he is in the Fennec. Nice.
Yeah.
Hey,
but,
there we go.
But yeah, great turn of events. Good way to set the tone for sure. But you just got to keep it rolling, especially with those quick goals. It's easy to, if you're the team that lets that in, to kind of write it off and be like, hey, that's just a weird bounce. But so the Condors just have to keep pressing here.
Yeah, I know. One goal does not. I mean, you could easily have an answer back any moment right now. We don't know how Daytona's going to answer. It could be at any point here, and they're already starting to get down there for some threatening shots, but a bit of miscommunication from Daytona. Runs that ball right back down into their end, which is smart to do sometimes, just to take control. Ian said, I don't feel confident with this attack here. Let's reset.
Yeah, exactly. It's been back and forth pretty good so far. Both teams getting their chances. The Condors got that first goal, but Daytona has been bringing it back, just hitting some posts here, but getting past the Condors defenders ultimately. So the Condors definitely want to be on their toes for any attacks they're getting mounted.
Still no real actual threats, it feels like, from our opponents. And I'd like to keep it that way. I think they're eventually going to find their way down to our end with a scoring opportunity. It's just, the longer we can keep them at bay, the longer we start to make them rethink their possibility of winning this.
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking about back check. Lots of good demos coming in from the Condors here, playing, a little more physical game, which they started to do this season. Is making those bumps, making those demos, buying themselves space on the field, and we finally see an answer in terms of demos from the Daytona team as well.
You mentioned 80 on the Fennec. I didn't even realize Chunk on the Octane too. So far, I mean, it's working out for his teammates. Maybe it was the inspiration they needed. They just hated seeing the Dominus, but it's working. 2 goals for his teammates so far.
Yeah, another one there. Nice little play off the sidewall. Great pass to Cyber, who was ready for that one, just finds it home, and they're up 2-0 now on Daytona.
That's a great start for the Condors. Question is, will we find a bite back? This is a best of 7. I remind you, it's not as simple as some of the earlier series that they had. We have to win 4 instead of 3.
Yeah, so it's definitely a long game. Gives Daytona a lot of time to show what they're made of as well. But right now, the Condors have been doing pretty well in just terms of keeping it simple, controlling this game a little bit, getting some nice passes to each other. This one, 80's going up for it. Can he put that home? It's going to be cleared away by Solus. But overall, the Condors have been finding each other and being able to just get quality shots on net right now.
2.5 minutes gone by. We have no answer from our opponents so far. We've had a couple more scoring opportunities. You saw the physical play you mentioned before starting to come in. And we have a little bit of a hold off from Daytona. They're keeping us at bay for now, but man, I feel like this wall is going to break very soon for Daytona. I think they're going to concede another goal by the end of this game here, number 1.
Yeah, it feels like right now the Condors are really first to the ball when there's an open ball. They're making their way to that ball. You even got Daytona scrambling a little bit on the defensive team self bump there. Which is, good sign if you're the Condors. You're getting them to make mistakes.
Yeah, that one's a close one on the line.
Yeah.
That wasn't exactly the touch 80 was looking for. There's another scoring opportunity. Shot just a little wide. There's the follow-up. Finally, Daytona breaks through, answers. It felt like they had a bit of a slop fest just before this, but Condors just can't get the ball away from the net.
Yeah, that demo gets Chunk out of there, and Cyber's working with no boost. 80 can't really get back just in time for that one. It's now a close game. Still anybody's, but hopefully the Condors have an answer for this one.
Yeah, they still have that cushion. There's the one more I was talking about, and they take her right off the kickoff. You see it on their faces. They're a lot more stoic than they have been in the past. They were locked in.
Yeah, they're playing their game today, as I think is the phrase of the night. But it's true. They definitely are not going to be joking around too much. Just want to be focused here on this win here.
I got to say, the way we've seen it so far, Condors wins this series. Now, I don't think Daytona is so far back that an adjustment heading into game number 2 and 3 couldn't turn things around for them. But at this point, what I've seen, the edge definitely is actually in the favor of Condors.
Yeah, they've been like I mentioned a little earlier, they've been kind of first to the ball, but they've also just been the ones getting the better scoring chances going,
and more of them.
Yeah, that too. It's just the only really hole in the Condors' armor is a situation where the Daytona team had a long pin in their end. They started to create some mayhem on the goal line, bumping and demoing. But overall, the Condors have been clearing aside a lot of their chances.
And just defensive rotations have been solid too. When you see them on the back line here, they're looking a lot cleaner. They're connecting with these infield passes, the lateral defensive passes. They allow them to keep that possession and move the ball back down the other end of the field only when they're ready. They're not just slamming the ball away with no regard of where it's going to end up.
Yeah, I think that's always a good sign that you're playing your game. To use the proverbial play your game is when you're taking the time, like moving at full speed, but taking the time mentally to just make the right decision, not do those boomer balls, and really focus up. That's a great sign, and it's been paying off so far. 4-1.
Final 2 seconds here, and the Condors lock away one more. That's 4-1. They're going to win game number 1 against Daytona. The team that they've been worried about for a while, and I think at this point they don't have to, but don't tell yourself that yet. Say we've got this, but don't get ahead of yourselves. Condors really are in a position to take Daytona down, honestly, with a decent amount of security.
Yeah, they looked great in that game so far. You can see some smiles coming out, but they're keeping it stoic. They're locking right in. Coach Hurd as well as Rashiel for a good extra measure, also locked in. And this is a Condors game. They can keep this up. They can probably come away with this one.
Yeah. Again, we now look to the answer of Daytona. What is their solution here? What are they going to clap back with coming into game number 2? I mean, if we want to put it out there, I mean, the biggest thing for them is they got to be working a little bit better on the defensive half. Offensively, they've been okay. A little bit slow and a little bit too tight probably on their plays. I mean, they had a couple solo plays that were looking okay, but we were able to meet the 50s, as you said. We were up for that ball pretty quick. And then defensively, it's been a little bit sloppy from Daytona. If they clean that up, we're going to have a harder time finding those scoring opportunities. While we'll still have the edge, I don't think it's going to be as confidently a 4-1 lead. But this all comes down to Daytona cleaning that up, which isn't going to be easy across the series.
For sure, especially with the game speed the Condors are bringing. But yeah, 2 of those goals that match were just kind of miscommunication errors by Daytona State, which still leaves 2 goals where we beat them outright. But for the most part, yeah, the Daytona, if they can clean things up, this might prove to be a little bit harder for the Condors.
Yeah, great first touch there, too, on that offensive drive. Instead of just slamming it away, even though it was a solo play, it was control. It was keeping that ball close. And look how tight they're playing the second man. This is something I've been so critical of them across last semester and this semester even, is keeping that tight second man. And they've been such a phenomenal job with that in their last couple series, including this one.
Yeah, they've got a pretty small triangle generally right now, which is a good start. Or they'll have the third anchor person a little bit farther back. The front 2 are ready to pick up those bounces and those passes and just be open.
Which is great. I love to see it. See a little bit of a scrum in the corner here, but it's quickly won out by the Condors. Chunk down the other end. Possession handoff. That's a backboard. Sulis isn't going to go up for it, though. He saw 80 there and says, yeah, our play's probably dead. Look how fast Daytona is retreating. Those other 2 players just completely gone expecting a counterattack. It's exactly what happened, but part of that's a result of them backing off. They gave us that space for the counter.
Yeah, for sure. That was a nice demo by Chunk on the back check to kind of take away any odd man rush that the Daytona State team had, and also turns into a little bit of a start of an attack for Cyber. It's going to be met though by Ian there.
Yeah, quickly stolen away though. That probably was an attempt at a backboard, but it skimmed along and didn't make contact, so it landed down into the corner there. Chunk getting busy there with his Octane. Again, it's a couple odd touches from him, but he hasn't been looking too bad in the Octane overall.
Yeah, definitely. You got to get used to the hitbox, but it's not so major as much as I feel like is a mental thing. Maybe at that level when you've played so much time with the Dominus, that it really starts to make a little bit of difference in your habits. But overall, I mean, you still control the car. You're still the guy who's played 10,000 hours.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, that's why you see pros go in with, like, Scarabs and Batmobiles and still win. Yeah. So there are differences that can make a difference at a pixel-perfect game, but not really at this level. That's a clanger towards our net. Chunk is there with the aforementioned Octane to make the save. Lefty caught out in no man's land. We'll leave that one for Ian. We see Sulis working with Octane, but he backs off, and now all 3 players pass the ball, giving the Condors a chance to put some pressure on.
Yeah, good play by Cyber. Gets the ball to drop in front of the net and then picks up a demo. Fortunately not able to turn it into too much, but the Condors keep possession, and Cyber puts a hard one off the wall, but it's psychoed down to the other end.
I love the follow-ups. I mean, 80 and Cyber both have been doing a phenomenal job with their first touches, and that's allowing them to stay threatening as a solo player rather than handing off the possession. So if they ever need to, they can go for the solos, but they have been making sure to keep an eye on the team plays.
Here comes Ian with a bit of a solo. Doesn't get the flip reset on that. So it's going to be steered to the corner by the Condors. Now Chunk's going to bring it back down the other way. Beats the first defender. Can't get past the goaltender there, though.
Yeah, ball just gets a little bit out of reach. Lefty's turn to try off the wall, but he's got no boost, so that's an easy clear for Cyber. Quick follow-up from 80. Chunk's going to be there as that middle man, but Sulis, good heads up because you knew that play was coming in. A demo attempt probably on your defender on the goal line, so it's a good job getting in there, but Cyber finds a hole inevitably.
Yeah, that demo came in handy. Just by some time, Cyber finds himself all alone off a weird touch by Ian there, just drops it right on his plate.
Was that Ian or Lefty?
Might have been Lefty.
Oh, they weren't. Yeah, they have the same.
I'm not the
decal.
fastest reader, and
I think it was Lefty because I'll be honest, Lefty has left me a little unimpressed this series. Unimpressed. He I think he's the weakest link here. It might be causing problems for the other two on the roster when it comes to having a cohesive attack because he's been caught in some weird spots.
yeah, definitely not the greatest touch off to put it off your own backboard like that as well.
No, yeah, I mean, usually you can do that maybe if you're going for a psycho or something, but not really. I think Ian has been probably the more standout player. When he's there, he has control, but the problem for him is he's not been looking for his teammates as much as he probably should. And that is going to make them inevitably fall to the Condors because the Condors have had a much more cohesive team game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all three Condors are stepping up right now and making really nice touches. And they're facing a little bit of an attack right now, but that's going to go off the side post. And Condors just have 15 seconds now. They can get game 2.
I mean, again, by the end of this, while we are held off a little bit longer, that was a handoff to Sulis, but look how far Cyber is back there, and we've got full boost. We've got the defense. The way we've been playing, I'm confident we're going to get this one down to the ground and be able to go into this series with 2 wins against Daytona. And I genuinely have to say, while I absolutely can see Daytona taking a game, it will take a really outstanding performance from Lefty. But without that happening, we're very well on our way to a 4-0.
For sure, yeah. They've been just kind of the better team. They've been,
yeah. Oh no, definitely.
And yeah, Lefty has been, like you said, that making not the best touches. It kind of messes with the momentum that that Daytona's working with here.
You know what's also crazy is that I actually also think the Condors are not playing at full speed right now. They've just been doing a real good job of keeping the ball controlled. Mm-hmm. That's the simple thing. They're not going for wild. Sidewall passes out to mid that are going at, 120 kilometers an hour and clanging them top shelf. Like, they're not going for those plays. All they're doing is offensively keeping the ball close if you're going for a solo play. They're getting great first touches. And defensively, they're just going for a lot of team passes. They're watching out for each other and then playing a tight second man to make sure that they do have that midfield control. Overall, it's those kind of 2 to 3 things that they're doing that they don't even need speed at this point.
Yeah, exactly. They're just playing like very good fundamental, high level Rocket League here, and I think that's a little bit of a change up too because we're used to seeing them on stream where they've pulled away by a couple of games handily, and then they start going for fancier plays, more impressive plays. But it's good to know that when they need to just lock it down, they still have that fundamental Rocket League just very tight. Like that's what they've been so far.
No, it's honestly looking good. I mean, I think if they played some teams from a higher division, I think speed will definitely start to become a factor for them. But as you said, fundamentally, there is a real good, foundation to what they've got there. Ian, I called him out before as the player to watch out for. Nice, solid double tap right off the kick.
Yep, just a little bit of a miss on the corner there, and then Ian got just enough time and space to do that double tap.
Again, kickoff goals, we can just wave that one off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it still counts on the scoreboard, but mentally it's very easy to not get too fussed up about it.
Yeah, you don't say, "Oh no, that was a 10-minute overtime we just lost." You're like, yeah, "Okay, that's one goal. We got essentially a whole entire game left to play." And the way they've been playing, I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Yeah, exactly. I noticed Ian has actually switched to the. Pardon me. Maybe it was. No, it was Ian. Ian's using the Octane, or sorry, the Fennec. He was using the Octane before.
So I like decal on him there. Shot wide. Sulis is playing a little bit tighter now too, and that's the one thing we said we had to worry about is Daytona might start to play a little bit more aggressive. Once they're feeling like their back's against the wall, they might start going for stuff that's a little bit more risky. And that is where the Condors will have to start looking to speed.
Yeah, bringing the pace to them. And right now it's a shot on net there by 80, but just not quite enough power on that, so it's going to be steered away. Yeah,
Nice.
Good play by Chunk just to keep control of that one there.
Yeah, and going for the cardinal sin there, putting the ball in front of the net. Eventually, while that one was safe, this one was not.
No, that's yeah, unfortunate. Just loses that 50 pretty badly, and it's going to go right to Sulis, who's ready in front for that one.
Yeah, our Chuckle is there a little bit late. I wonder where he was at there. I'll have to take a look at that again there. You had 80 creeping into the corner a little bit in case that was a 50 downwards, but yeah, it didn't end up making him get caught out. And I think now they really do have to be aware that speed is going to be changing just a little bit. Daytona is answering with a solution. We'll see if, Condors can answer back, but there has been a solution implemented, and it really is just Ian and Sulis hold go, and they're actually holding Lefty up on offense a little bit more and just letting him kind of have free reign since he's didn't know where he needed to be before.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like when you've got a player like that, even at the lowest levels, if I'm playing with my friends that are better than me, it's like get in there, go for bumps.
Yes.
Just make it hard to be a defender.
It really is. You want your weakest player at the front.
Yeah.
Because that's a player that doesn't have to worry about positioning and giving up like a free goal. You put them in there and say ball chase, and 80 has his turn to ball chase. That's all he had to do, nothing fancy, because Chunk had a great follow-up.
Yeah, great pass reception as well by 82. He's coming around the corner of that wall. That can always be a little bit tricky, but he just stops that ball right on the hood.
Yeah, no, that was good. Again, that's their lack of fear of playing a man up pass ball. 80, we've seen that before, where 80 just wouldn't be there or someone else wouldn't be there. But that's not been a problem lately.
Cyber's going to challenge Lefty here. Lefty able to pop it over Cyber, but Chunk's there to clean that up and bring it back to the Daytona end.
Ian with solo play, but no boost. Leave it for Chunk. He gives it away. We've seen them not really been handing off possession like that much. So that was an odd bit of decision making there for Chunk. Not sure where he wanted it. Maybe he's trying to buy time. But yeah, I'd like to see him try to keep it closer, or if you can't keep it close, work with the teammate, play it backwards.
Yeah, that's usually you want to get it somewhere a little bit better. Chunk again just gets met right there and loses possession. Another attempt here, but Sulis just misses on that one. So Chunk gets another touch on it, which again finds the defender on the sidewall there.
Yeah, Condors also had a double commit at mid. Put them in a bit of an odd rotation. Cyber looking for some physical play. 3 players in the way is going to make it a lot more difficult to get in there. 80 tries to play it low. Cyber has enough time to get back. But yeah, very aggressive player for the Condors. Minute 30 left on. It's starting to look for plays maybe a little bit earlier than they need to. They don't have to get too risky yet.
Yeah, nice little move by Cyber to get that ball around that first defender. Gets it out front, but that's
80. Inside out.
Yeah, met by the defender Ian there, and it's going to turn into a goal for Sulis.
They went all in on this play, too. This was I guess, good play. It's just 80 decided to fire off that shot maybe a little bit sooner than he should have. That there was a chance to place that on the far left side. That would have gone in. The inside out wouldn't have made the save, but you also could have played it slower. There were a couple options there, but playing it fast like that gave the defender a chance to react.
Yeah, they just got to, I guess, find those ones. There's still a chance. I mean, there's a minute left in this game, so it's definitely not over. The Condors just need one, and they're really right back on the doorstep. But that being said, Sulis just puts in another one here.
No, that was a really good play from them. I said it, Ian and Sulis on offense right now. It's going to be dangerous. They decided to start playing their own game as well, and this is probably the Daytona that everyone else has been talking about. I don't think this is unanswerable. I think the Condors have slowed down on their play a little bit right now. While Daytona had the answer, Condors also making mistakes is making it look a little more exacerbated than it should be.
Yeah, for sure. This was a nice little setup by Cyber just to stick with that ball, and then Chunk able to get a good touch and win that 50 on the goal line there.
Yeah, no, good play. Good 50 inward, too. I like the close second man, and Condors not out of it. As you said, still a minute. We don't have to look for anything risky quite yet. We got a chance for maybe 2 more plays before we really got to start diving in there.
Yeah, a minute is a lot of time in Rocket League time for 2 goals.
Yeah, so we're trying to look for something off the left there. He's playing the off-screen man, and that's a great 50 from Chunk. He's going to get answered back. He tries to play it off the backboard, far side to Cyber, puts it down in the net. A slot from Cyber.
What a play. This was a great follow-up by Chunk just to stay with that ball. No boost that he's working with, but gets the pass, and then Cyber doesn't make any mistake, finds the exact spot for that ball to go, and they're only 1 away now, 33 seconds left.
Nice and precise. Kickoff play at hand here. They're maybe going for the Spanish, but they don't find it. Ian, no boost, but the Condors also with no boost. Yeah, 80, you don't want to play that 50. That could have gone in your own net there. It's Chunk in, up to Cyber, takes the shot, but defender's ready.
80 gets another touch, but that's going to be steered into the middle.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Chunk didn't make contact with that. One more chance maybe for the Condors to bring this upfield. They got to do it soon.
Yeah, well, here they have infinite time technically, but oh no, 80 is losing possession, but it stays up off the backboard. He's going to go for the bump play. Do we have the shot? It's far side. Cyber off the back wall. There's another chance, but we're low boost. Chunk just plays it to 80. 80 with the shot to the net, saved. Good attempt in the last few moments. They know it too. It was a good attempt. They got their answers at the end there. They stopped playing their game partway through once Daytona started playing theirs. They're a little bit shocked, I guess, that Daytona did come with an answer. But now, ladies and gents, I think we're going to have a real good series on our hands of both teams are where they need to be.
Yeah, exactly. That was, I mean, really good of the Condors to have an answer for that. Bring that goal, that game within 1 goal, almost score at the end there in 0 time, and just show that, okay, we saw their answer. We were able to lock it back in, and that last minute of Rocket League from the Condors was really solid. Hopefully that's an indicator of what's to come in the next game.
Here's a game win. I mentioned, Daytona could get a game win here, even with the way they were playing before. I saw a possibility of that, and now we've gotten that one. Let's hope that my prediction of 1 is the truth, but with an answer like this, it now could be anyone's game. I mean, if the Condors still have the edge, but if they lose focus here, Daytona very well could win this series out. Mm-hmm. But I think it's the Condors series to lose.
Yeah, definitely. I think if they get that what they had in that last minute there, they just keep trying to get to that flow state, play that game where they are playing a lot of getting up in the Daytona team's face and making them make mistakes in the defensive end. The Condors are going to have good luck here.
Well, we head into game number 4. Daytona, big dog sitting 4-0 in our group alongside the Condors, who are 4-0. Going off against us, Lefty, thank goodness, being the shooter on that one. Cranks it off the crossbar. Yeah, 80, you got to watch out. There's just a little more speed than that. This is why I said speed will be an important factor for the Condors now. They can't just play it slow like before, but also they can't go too fast that they give away possession. Good pass to Cyber. Can't make it past 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a nice, just earlier, a nice save by Cyber with no boost on the goal line to start that play off. Now it's 80 sticking with it, still in the Daytona State end here. But that pass might go out. Yeah, that's going to be out. 80 steers that to the corner. Cyber tries to get possession again. It's going to be boomed into the far end for Daytona. Ian picking up possession.
50 straight across, and a minute past now. Neither team's scoring or in the lead. A mistake there from Lefty again gives the Condors a chance. 80 low boost will look center. Potentially tries to play 50 instead. But the Condors are going to have to back off. They're low boost and not in position to chow.
Yeah, I think it was a good call by 80 once he saw that nobody picked up that demo going to the net, that he just decided to keep it in the corner, slow things down, and let them get back.
Great touch off the sidewall. Chunk's been doing pretty good, honestly, with his control off the walls. I love to see it. He's making great final touches. He's getting used to this octane pretty good.
Yeah, he had a few that he had boomed away, but that was, I think, just getting used to the game speed, and now he's been making good touches when he when he makes them.
Right.
When he slows them down.
That 50 will go into the hands of Daytona. They're a little bit late to it, so Chunk gets a bump on it. Ian with the follow-up sidewall to the net. Great answer. I love to see that follow. Shout out to Ian. That was a good follow through.
Yeah, great control out of a bump.
Interesting again. 80 just cranks that one downfield. He had a teammate that potentially could have reached it, but he just gives it straight to the slot. I mean, it puts a bit of pressure on right now, so the Condors do make it down there, but got to worry about just giving away possession.
Yeah, Chunk with no boost, but he's still able to cut that one off a little bit. Solus tries to follow it up. Cyber's there to get the touch. He's going to carry it. Not working with any boost right now, but he's able to get it around Lefty. And Chunk goes in. It's going to be met by Sulis.
Ooh, 80 with a 50 that sends it off the corner. That's fine. Cyber's up. He's not on target for a shot, but he is there at least to be a threat. Chunk tries to take the shot. Oh, can they turn on this one here? Cyber gets a touch. Chunk's going to have that mid boost. I wonder if he passes it out. Yeah, work together. Flip reset. Out center to Chunk. In front of the net, but too many defenders.
Yeah, just couldn't bring that one home. That was a nice flip reset by Cyber there to get that into a scoring position. Just a little too much resistance met with the Daytona State team here. This one has been an absolute deadlock. Still 0-0. Only just under 2 minutes left to go.
Deadlock?
Deadlock. Yeah.
I love that game.
Yeah. Deadlock mentioned?
Yeah, no, we're getting down to that final home stretch, and as I said, this is going to be a good one for people at home. It's going to be close. Both teams are definitely going to have to really fight for the win on this. It's really going to push both teams to look and maintain the game plans that they've now said that they need to execute on, which is hard. It's so easy to lose sight, though. There's a shot. It's going to be corner and out. And the threat for Condors might start to fizzle out here.
Yeah, they're able to keep that in the Daytona's end. So if they can get a good bump there, yeah, they do. 80 scores the goal there. Cyber with some great play at the goal mouth, just to wreak havoc.
I said might start to fizzle out, but then I missed Cyber stealing the boost and just staying in their faces, getting those bumps, and all you got to do is roll it home.
Yeah, exactly. 80 just had what was essentially, I won't say a free goal, but he just had to put that one
Close
on net.
enough.
Yeah. It was like an empty net without the net being empty.
Ooh, I like to play there. Lefty being called off that play to give it to Sulis. That is, who I'd rather have shooting, either Ian or Sulis, over Lefty. So it was a good call from them. Play to your strengths. Fortunately for us, we had defenders ready for that. Chunk is ready. Let's see if we can keep it close in the corner here. Go for a scrum so his teammates can get ready defensively. Uh-oh.
Cyber not able to get up for that one as just the scrum goes in the Daytona State favor right there out of the corner. Ian gets that touch up, and Sulis squeezes it just past the two Condors who were almost there.
Yeah, that was tough. 80, the only one with boost there. Sometimes you want to dive it earlier, but you also don't want to dive too hard that you send yourself flying the other end, that you're not ready defensively. It's a hard call to make there. You kind of just have to read the shot. We'll see it all tied up now. Daytona brings this back to an even series. They have a chance there. Great 50, though, from Chunk. And they got to play it real careful here. Only Cyber with a good full tank here. Actually, Chunk got some pads, so they're good.
Yep. 80 able to get that one just to the side, but Ian's there to meet that one. 80 able to follow that up, though, on the defensive touch. And now it's going into the Daytona end. That's going to be tried to clear by Lefty, and that's going to go down to the Condors end. But there's still time in zero time right now. Chunk able to keep it up, but no, overtime now.
There was a very close chance there for Condors. We've seen them work some magic on those 0-second plays before. But we do go into overtime. Daytona with a great answer back, forcing the Condors actually to think about their game plan and how they want to stay in this. We'll see if maybe they can answer this out for a match point, or if Daytona is going to bring this to a tied series off the backboard. Lefty looking for someone far side. It's Ian straight down. That's actually just going to roll in. I think Feels backflip man maybe from Chunk on the goal line.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. When I was watching from his perspective, I thought, oh, maybe he just thinks this is going to hit back wall. But, yeah, it might have just been an accidental backflip there. An unfortunate time.
Yeah, that was a reamer. Great pass from Lefty. I got to hand it out more to the positioning from Ian, though. I mean, Ian is a threat. He's going to be a problem. and for him to just be in the right spot for those passes is all that Daytona needs to do at this point. They've got threatening shot. They're putting Sulis and Ian on the offensive push a lot of times just to create a lot of pressure defensively that the Condors then are often operating at a lower boost amount because they're having to make these saves, which is then eventually opening up the chances for Lefty to get involved for a pass like that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's now tied up too, so it's really back to being anybody's game here as the Condors have to. I mean, they found some answers. That was tied in at the end of regulation.
Yeah.
Just the Condors find themselves tied up right now. Sorry, I lost my train of thought a little bit there.
The Condors are still, I think, overall the most consistent. I really want to see some more connectedness with each other. We lost a little bit of it in that last one. Overall, I think the gameplay from each individual player has been all right. But yeah, work together to keep the ball close and get some pads defensively, and you'll find some stronger attacks out of there.
Yeah, I think you make a good point there. It's definitely when they boom it away, this Daytona team is a strong team, and players like Ian can turn a little bit of possession into a chance. So you want to, as much as you can, keep Condor possession.
Ooh, there's a good chance here. Where's that tight second man? There he is. Chunk. Bring it to the wall. Off the side. He's going to have 80 there for the shot, and there it is, off the post. That's all right, though. That's the play. That's what you want, as long as you feel like you're putting some threats in, and you're going to start feeling good.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Chunk there to get that pass to 80. Just missed the goal net there. But the Condors showing that they're going to bring it right into this game. No slowing down.
Yeah, 80, a bit of a miscalculation on the Chow there, but it doesn't matter. The ball gets brought center. Ian wins out the 50. 80 with a miss. Cyber to save his butt.
Yeah, good job by Cider to, I don't know why I almost called him Cider. Good job by Cider to get back for that and just make sure that it stays a 0-0 game here.
Minute 30 in. Both teams having some threats. Ian, I really want him out of the play here. If you can get a demo on him while you're on defense, he's on offense, try to do that too. Reset him back. I know, sure, that causes a little bit of problems for the counter, but right now, the bigger problem is not your counterattacks. It's the threats that Ian is giving you on your blue half of the field. Yeah,
absolutely. If you can do some Ian damage control, that would be a great strategy to bring into this game if you're the Condors. But here comes Ian. Speaking of him again, but
let's go. That's a great 50 there from 80. Just send that one home. Again, stoic faces. They know they got to stay locked in here, but a mistake there from Ian, which is not usually what we're seeing out of him.
No, we were just talking about how Ian does make mistakes, and right there, 80 able to come out on top right there.
And I got word in apparently he's 2,300, which, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, you can look at a player and know when they're a problem.
Yeah.
when there's someone that's experienced with the game. I mean, you haven't seen him being insanely flashy, but you are seeing him just have wonderful positioning overall.
Yeah, definitely. He's gotten an incredible amount of hours, I can surmise, by having 2,300 MMR there. It's 230 IQ.
Yeah, 2,300 is actually quite up there. I want to. That'd be. That's quite up there.
What would you say is the average pro MMR? Oh.
Hold up. We'll answer that in a second. Yeah. Because 2 goals in the lead right now for the Condors, and both of them coming off 50s. No boost. Ian cannot do much there. I mean, that's not much up to him. That 50 that came before was the problem, and 80's the one that shoved that out there.
Yeah, good job by 80 to play aggressive, get into that corner, win that ball, and then Cyber just in front. There's a good touch from Ian after Lefty does what he was supposed to there.
Yep. No, that's it. You just play upfield. He probably got told by his teammates just to go get a 50, because even if he doesn't get the 50, he forces Cyber to make a move.
Yeah. He got Cyber to have to jump a little bit early there, not working with any boost, and That lets the ball go in. He does get the goal credit for it as well, as he made the touch right before it crossed the goal line. So another chance from Sulis. Gets a shot on net, 80. He's going to steer that into the corner. Ian's there to challenge it. He's going to bring that up the wall, looking for Sulis in the slot, but Cyber cuts that pass off. It's going back down to the Daytona end, but Lefty's there to start things off. It's going to be met by 80.
Whoa. What a 50 that one was.
Yeah, if that was on net, that would have been something special. Good thing it was just high.
I think, yeah, we had two teammates there, but yeah, Lefty finally get involved in the play.
Yeah, Lefty has been the goal scorer this game for the Daytona State team. He just finds that nice double tap off the wall there. Just places it somewhere that Cyber is not, and we find ourselves tied up again. Minute 39 left to go in game number 5.
Just to give you a reference to before, I was trying to look up the record. Zen set the record for the highest 2v2. Now 3s and 2s is a little bit different, but I'm assuming they're going off 2s. Zen set the world record 2v2 MMR at 2,815.
Wow.
So, you know, to give you consideration, I think SSL starts around 19 or something like that. Lefty, what is going on?
He's got the hat trick now. That's the third one. Puts Daytona State up. But just getting the Condors a little disorganized there. Chunk early flip. He touches that ball. I think it was going
in anyways, but still technically an own goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, not what we want to see here. Good bump though there. 80 needs to get on this ball fast, but he doesn't stay with it. And you look at the answer. Yeah, these guys really have to start getting up for some of these chows a little bit earlier. They are starting to fall behind Daytona when it comes to the speed, but it doesn't matter. They've got the infield passes, and sometimes that's going to beat out any speed. Yeah,
exactly. It's good to take advantage of the more aggressive playstyle right now. If Daytona finds himself with no third man back, and that in zone pass just makes an easy one for Cyber right there.
That's tough. You don't expect Ian to make that. I mean, he got a little bit greedy on that one. I'm going to say it because Ian in a situation like that should have seen a potential 50 not going in his favor, and knowing that he's the third man back, probably shouldn't have approached that one. So it was a bit of an odd mistake there for Ian to make, but we'll take it. 3-3. Whoever wins this goes to match point, and 80 playing it a little bit safe here. Watch out for the air dribble bump. Yeah, the cringe plays start coming out, and the Lefty gets credit for the final touch.
Yeah, Lefty is just – this is a game of the year for Lefty. He's got 4 goals, all 4 of them. Just Ian really serving them up for him, gets that air dribble bump. Everybody cringed, and it worked.
Hey, you know what I want? Bring it right back to them. We need to start playing with no fear right now. There's a little bit of hesitation. I want them up doing those same things. Get aggressive, get in their faces, and full send. You got 30 seconds left. You're down a goal. There's no reason not to get involved offensively here.
Yeah, long clear, but that's going to be psychoed back the other way, right to Lefty. Wow.
Did they switch controllers?
What a pass. This is Sulis right there.
What a play. This is a gnarly play. From one end down to the other, South Pole to North Pole. They cranked that one.
Yeah, a little bit of style there from Daytona State. And they find one off the kickoff. Just get Cyber that last minute back, stuck in the corner.
What happened here? Oh, Ian just drives through. Yeah. That's rough. I mean, 3 goals down 18 seconds now. You might be conceding this one. Lefty woke up, and that was not something that we really had in the equation before. I mean, we did mention that it could come up. I mean, I strictly said that if Lefty does get involved a little bit more, it might be a problem. And while he took that to heart,
yeah, you got
and said, "I'm gonna be a problem."
Yeah, he got a double hat trick today. That was a really nice touch on that pass from the back. A lot of just because he's been playing that aggressive in our face play, like that's been his role too. He found himself on the scoring end of all those goals.
Yep.
Just oh, pardon me. When we see the stats here, it does say he got 5. So one of them was Ian.
Yeah, it might not have been the first goal or something like that.
Yeah, maybe it showed the touch by.
You maybe saw the assist or something.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah. But either way, yeah, this quite the turnaround. I mean, from Lefty alone being quite the story here, we saw overall a pace change for Daytona, and the Condors need to to answer this back. There are plenty of times that they are now starting to feel pressure on the defensive half that they weren't feeling in those first early games. They're oftentimes lacking some of the boost that they need, and we did see a slowdown on some of that control defensively when it came to the team passing, just those lateral moves. That'll allow them for the counters. So I just want to see no fear. I want to see no fear in this potentially last game. We're hoping it's not.
Yeah, I want to see them bring it to a game 7. That's always what you hope for in a best of 7, as well as just playing fast and doing what they were kind of doing early in the series when they were getting really in the face of the Daytona team as well.
Yeah, and here's a big thing I also want to see. If they're going for plays that so I got distracted. I actually just saw a bug on our observer that I actually haven't seen in a very long time. There was actually an issue. It was called the black screen bug, where you just got locked in it. You had to Alt F4. I was worried that was happening again. I had some PTSD kicking in. You guys couldn't see it, but it hit me hard. And because we would have to fill on the RLCS. Wow, because that would happen on the RLCS servers too. Wow. And so what I want to see for them in terms of speed is if they're going for solo plays, it's got to be fast. That ball has to be chipped up and immediately followed by a fast aerial. A few times I've seen the ball popped up and just kind of a floppy fish follow-up with no real forward momentum. They've had upward momentum, but no real forward momentum into it. And it turns into nothing for them. If they can't get the forward momentum, I want to see them going for just 50-50s and having that second man follow up quick.
Yeah, just kind of playing almost like football, Rocket League, right? Just pushing that across the goal line there. The goal line scrum idea, I guess, of football, not the whole game of football.
It's quite a drastic change in the rule set.
Yeah. Go for field goals.
What is? I said no fear. Or Chunk almost going off the ceiling for that one. I don't know if he had enough power. He had his flip. He might have been able to do something with it. But I said no fear, and that is the no fear kind of play I'm looking for. They are coming out absolutely swinging.
Yeah, just a great pace to start off this one. And a nice pass by 80. Finds Cyber in the slot, able to get that past that last Daytona State defender. See if the Condors can keep up the pace here.
Condors up 1 goal in the early minute. Cyber off the ceiling. Yeah, they're starting to answer quick. A pre-jump there from Chunk. Flip reset. Save it for low. Saved out by Ian. What a phenomenal read from Ian on the goal line there. But this is a Condors that they're delayed, so they didn't hear me, but Coach must have said the same thing, are playing with no fear.
Yeah, they're really bringing it so far in this game. They've been noticeably faster. We're only a minute and 15 seconds in here, and it's just been way more speed out of the Condors.
Their hesitation is gone at this point. They are starting to lock it in, but no boost here is going to be a little bit of a problem. Chunk with the pre-jump, but he's got nothing off the sidewall. Does he go for the bump? No, he goes for the touch. Cyber backs off, seeing a potential passing play, but he cuts it out instead. But with a demo, he'll have to try again from the back end.
80 meets that one, though, before they can get it out of the zone there. But Ian goes up for a touch. He's going to try something out of the corner. Just leaves it for Sulis, or Lefty, who almost puts it home there.
Oh, almost.
Yeah, Ian just able to find that. It's bobbling around out of the corner here a little bit.
What a read from Cyber there for that save, though.
Yeah, almost gets back to his 80 on that back check.
Tied up. Almost a minute later after the Condors score their first one. But I don't want them to start playing any different here. They got to stay locked in. That one's going to squeak by. Ian somehow finds some sort of eye of the needle.
Yeah, just a hard hit off the ceiling, and Ian kind of in the right place and just able to place that perfectly between the 80 and the post.
A lead now grabbed by Daytona. They're at match point. If they can hold on for the next 3 minutes, they're going to win the series, this best of 7, putting them at 5-0 in the league. The Condors are looking to be the team that do that. They still have the chance, but they have to win this one and one more after.
Chunk's going to boom that all the way down. Ian is there to change the direction of that ball, and Lefty picks that up. Sulis forwards it downfield. A lot of good touches right now from Daytona State.
Pop out there and followed up by Cyber with no boost. Chunk also has no boost. They're not going to be able to get much magic done here. They'll try again from their own end. And it seems to be the player on the ball oftentimes is rocking low boost right now, which is giving us a bit of a challenge when it comes to moving down the other end with a threat almost to save. And a third in for Daytona.
Yeah, that's another tough one there. Just can't get quite enough of that ball if you're Chunk. 80 maybe wanted to get that out, but we're being met with a lot of they answered us with speed right off the bat in this game.
Yeah, well, we did too. The problem again is that our player going on to offense oftentimes is the player with nothing in the tank, and that makes for a very non-threatening offense. You're just not going to be able to do much work when you can't follow up on the play that you're trying to start. That's a good sideways pass, though. That's what I want to see, trying to get the ball to each other a little more, but 80 just a little bit short. But keep that in mind.
Good bump by Cyber just to get Ian out of harm's way there, but that pass just a little bit missed by Chunk.
Is he going to look for the pass over there? Cyber flip reset, goes under one, can't follow it up. And Chunk didn't want to get involved in that play, maybe not knowing if 80 was back in time. A miss there. Chunk has to be up quick there. Send it down. Ian Smart plays it back, and Lefty's going to clean it up.
Yeah. Gotta watch out for Lefty. A good clear by 80 just to get that out of the goal mouth for Lefty, who was ready for that one.
Ooh, good 50 center. Who's there for that? That's Cyber. Well, how's he going to play it? Plays it low. Just tries to drop it in. 80 with a miss, and that's not going to work out. He tried to psych out Ian, but Ian, I guess, got in his head. Cyber with another chance here. He's got Chunk with him. Chunk's going to have to get up because the bump came out. And no play. That final minute of gameplay is coming. Where's that follow-up? 80 just under. There was a piece of it by the defender that sent it wide, and now the Condors have to send everything.
Yeah. Here comes Cyber. Just can't get contact with that ball. Chunk tries to slow it down here, but Ian is still on the ball. No boost that Ian is working with, but Chunk's going to follow this one down. He's going up against Lefty in the corner here. Good cutoff. Almost puts that home, but it hits the crossbar. And just 39 seconds left to play. Condors still need 2 goals.
Yeah, they need 2, and it might be a third here. If they can't clean things up, they try to make the saves. But Daytona is going to find 2 Condors players with very little boost and very little vision on where that shot is coming from.
Yeah, unfortunate for the Condors. 3 might be too many to get in 30 seconds, although it's possible. They just need one very quickly.
A very different Daytona here. Cyber, the solo play, musty air dribble towards the net. That's something I wanted to see a little bit more of. That's the no fear plays, and at this point they have to. 20 seconds left for 3 goals. Well, possible, very unlikely, Andrew.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to have enough time here. Again, Daytona is still putting pressure on, trying to get those balls toward the net. It was a valiant effort by the Condors, but I think we're at the point where they're not going to get 3 goals.
Yeah, no. At this point, it's done. Only one more is possible. Daytona comes alive halfway through the series, forces the Condors into a tight game, but unfortunately, we just couldn't find the answer for that burst of speed that Daytona found.
Yeah, they played well. I think there's definitely things they'll be looking over with Coach Hurd and trying to figure out their way to continue to maintain that speed and try and find ways to elevate it to Daytona's pace. But yeah, Ian and Lefty, once Lefty, things started to click for Lefty, it made a huge difference.
It was that, and both Sulis and oh my God, why am I forgetting his name?
Ian.
Yeah. My brain was trying to call him Air. Yeah, Ian, he was in the air a lot. But Ian, once those two picked up the pace, it felt like Lefty started to find his groove a little more. I think Lefty might have been caught out a couple times in that early part of the series because maybe he was expecting them to move a little quicker. Maybe he's used to his teammates having that pace up. So he got caught out, but eventually when those two switched it up, Lefty was able to get involved in the mix there. Condors kept it there. They felt the falter in the moment when the speed first came in from Daytona, but eventually they caught back up. They had made this a close series. was just slightly out of their reach though with the pile-on of goals at the end.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like that 6-3 game, I think really maybe didn't get in their heads because they didn't slow down. They were playing no fear for that last game, but that does a little bit of a mental thing when a team's able to pull ahead like that in a game, especially when it's the decider to go to match point. Can definitely really change the feel of even not the movement momentum, but the actual momentum, the mental momentum.
Yeah, it came down to a couple small. Both teams were pretty closely matched by the end of it, but it just came down to a couple small mistakes that were happening, and those small mistakes eventually do lead to problems. They eventually do lead to a team winning if the other team is making too many of those. Even one or two can be enough to really start the landslide of momentum the other way, or even just open up for one goal, and at the end of the day, that's all you need. Yeah,
definitely. And like you said a little earlier, they were working with a lot less boost on the attack, and then just having attacks that were not all that threatening because they didn't have enough boost to do what they wanted with it.
Unfortunately, that does put the Condors not in a bad spot. They're still 4-1 in the league here, but it moves Daytona up to 5-0. So if it does come down to both teams having a loss on this, we'll lose that head-to-head at the end of it. So, the best case scenario now for the Condors is going to end up being, I guess not. If Daytona somehow drops a couple games to other teams that they shouldn't, which I don't see them doing, technically the Condors could move ahead of them. I just don't see Daytona doing that compared to what we've seen from these other.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, based on Thomas College, just the third place team, and Condors beat them 4-1.
Yeah,
and it didn't seem like we struggled a whole lot with Thomas College.
Yeah, no, I have a feeling it's going to end up at the end of this being Condors second place with Daytona in first place there. But a great series, and again, I really think it was a good chance for the Condors to really test where they're standing now with this new approach that they're having. And I got to say, I think it's good. And the fact they made some of those smaller adjustments mid-series is also a good sign, because that's not easy to do. So the grind is paying off for them, in my opinion. And I think it's just uphill for them. I think they're on a good trajectory going forward. So make sure you guys are checking them out when they play again in the future. But speaking of the future, I do believe we're back here again tomorrow for some more Condors action. And that's going to be at, I don't know what the time for this, but we're watching MLB.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I'm excited for that. It's is it our first MLB stream, or have we had one before? I think it might be the first.
I thought we were trying one earlier in the season. Oh no, but we couldn't. That was during, I think, all the snowstorms and all that stuff. So 8 o'clock tomorrow, if you want to see Zazzy send it up against St. Clair. I think with FIFA and MLB are the two teams that we actually have a chance to take down St. Clair in.
Yeah.
So that's a good one to check out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be your host for that one. We might even get Coach Hurd to do some commentary.
Oh my God! Okay,
he's the local baseball expert. So
that's going to be a fun stream then. Yeah. I mean, I don't know anything about baseball.
I know it enough.
Okay, fair enough.
I hope, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've heard Zazzy is quite the MLB player, so I'm really excited to see what he's cooking up.
Hey, well, if you want to see potentially a Coach Hurd in the casting booth here, join up tomorrow.
That is speculative.
That's going to be really fun to see. So join up tomorrow for that, and see if we can make St. Clair forfeit again in the series. Because as you said, Zazzy pretty good. But that's all it for us today. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the dub, but I would say I'm walking away with a positive take on this one. Overall, pretty good. Make sure you guys are hitting the follow and subscribe button to join us on all of our socials. There's probably an exclamation point socials command in chat that you can use, if not descriptions of the videos, or just go search it up, Condors Esports. Andrew, thank you for hanging out with me tonight.
Thank you.
Good luck tomorrow. And thank you guys for joining us, and good luck in whatever you guys are up to now. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.
Condors Esports is innovating intercollegiate gaming in Ontario and beyond. We've built a community where you can compete, play, and work in a dynamic program accessible from all campuses.
Condors Esports is more than just gaming. Here, you'll find empowerment and inspiration in state-of-the-art facilities equipped with the latest technologies and unwavering support.
We are varsity athletes, turning victories into championships as high-performing gamers. We are relentless, constantly pushing our limits and pursuing excellence through every match.
We are Condors. Gaming connects us on campus or online, all through best-in-class equipment.
We're building a foundation of experience, powered by our passion, in developing skills that drive personal and professional success.
We are eager students, transforming our dreams into careers in dynamic and emerging industries.
Condors Esports goes beyond gaming, fostering enduring friendships, unforgettable experiences, and meaningful connections.
This is your chance to transform your passion for video games, esports, and technology into something impactful. Learn how Conestoga is introducing Condors Esports to your campus and connect with fellow Condors striving to soar.
We are Condors.
If a career in esports sounds wild to you, it's not. This is where your profession plus your passion could come together. Would still need what traditional business would need. The more distinct difference is in traditional sports, no one owns the ball. But in esports, someone does own the game. And this is part of what we're going to discuss in this program. You'd be able to learn how to run an esports event on the operations side to the management side of it. Marketing and promotions, how to deal with sponsorships, how to deal with partnerships, and also a big part of our industry is social media as well. What you're working on now is probably also needed. This industry needs all kinds of professionals. If you're looking for change, this program could be a converging point. Good luck and have fun.